Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganyi, bringing you the latest in celebrity news in fashion, sports, film, television from around the world. Let's go! Well, if you thought that we were done with award season, you were wrong, because our first story this week is about the upcoming BET Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Under!
The nominations are in, and it was not surprise to many that based on the kind of year that Cardi B had, that she leads the list with 7 nominations, a total of 7 nominations. Now, some of Cardi B's nominations include Video of the Year, Best Female Hip Hop Artist, and she's followed by Drake with 5.
But it's alright, and you're showing off. But it's alright, it's a short life.
And Beyonce with 4. And when we went into the Best International Act nominees category, that included AKA from South Africa, Aya Nakamura, she's Malian but she's based in France, Burna Boy from Nigeria, obviously no surprise there, Dev from the UK,
bricks like the 118 and iron on indirects.
Dossé in France,
Que ma vie change, puis j'ai fini par comprendre que c'était elle qui attendait que je change.
Gigs UK,
And bring couple of Sharons.
Mr. Eazi from Nigeria, London to Nigeria, also no surprise there. Both Burna Boy and Mr. Eazi performed at this year's Coachella Festival. If you remember, we covered this story right here on the show Red Carpet. Now we have the nominees for Best New International Act. Heady One from the UK.
If not, I'm in the air trying to catch me a headshot, and I call that a no.
Joke Air from France. Nestle from France. Octavian from the UK. South Africa is represented by Sho Majozi, and Nigeria is represented by Tenny. We'll see who takes home what next month, so be sure to tune in for the recap right here on Red Carpet. Now, it seems that when artists pass away, they aren't really gone, or at least their music isn't, thanks to technology. And Whitney Houston fans can thank the late artist estate, who has signed a deal with Primary Wave Music Publishing for a number of projects, including a touring hologram and a possible Broadway musical and an album of unreleased tracks. The tour, which will feature her image brought to life, follows the March announcement of the hologram tour for the late rock legends Buddy Holly or Roy Orbison, and for artists like Michael Jackson, whose holographic image appeared during the Billboard Music Awards in 2014. And speaking of the late Michael Jackson, his sister Janet Jackson just began her residency in Sin City. Janet, who recently celebrated her 53rd birthday, debuted her Las Vegas residency Metamorphosis at Park MGM. She told the crowd that she had a history with Las Vegas, reminding them that she had made her singing debut in Las Vegas when she was only 7 years old. "It is so amazing how things come full circle," she said. Now, remember when we talked about Halima Aden making Sports Illustrated history by becoming the first Muslim model to be featured in the magazine's famous swimsuit edition wearing a hijab and a bikini? Remember that? Well, following in her footsteps is another Somali entrepreneur and designer, Fatima Hussein. Fatima is the co-founder of Asiya, an active wear company, changing the lives of Muslim girls and women by producing culturally appropriate athletic wear. She spoke with VOA's Marsha James. Check it out.
And for a Muslim girl, the hijab is identity of her, shows you that this is part of who you are. You know, some family will start their girls wear hijab as young as when they start school. When young Muslim girls start playing sports, they didn't have any accessibility of a sport hijab that they felt very comfortable with. I was like, there should be some kind of a solution for this. My name is Fatima Hussein, and I am an advocate for girls and women all around the world. I came to America when I was 6. Home was Somalia. Me and my sister came to America with my mom and dad. We did lost my brother while running away from the war. And then my 2 other brothers were born in America. Respect for me was the biggest thing in our family. They say the most important thing is you start with yourself, and then you can be able to understand why it's important for you to get respected. And giving back. Charity was very important for us too. I played softball, I played basketball. It was like, yeah, we played kickball outside, we played in our school teams. I didn't see no difference between me and a boy. I know I always used to look forward coming home so I can play outside with the boys and everyone else. When I started volunteering, that I saw that what I thought was normal was not normal to the community. So when I started volunteering at the community center, I saw girls were not using the gym. Any girl who went into the gym somehow was notified by her parent. Boys and girls did not used to mix too much. Once I started coaching is when I saw that any girl who became really good at playing the sports, when I went to see her at the school playing, she was not wearing her hijab. My solution was to solve this, to provide the girls, was not for me to take this culture away. We designed a whole gear of a clothes, the jersey, the underpants, and the hijab. We had a big fashion show. When we had that big fashion show, actually, one of the state senators said, Fatima, I can see this idea really move to another level. The company is called Asiya. Asiya is a well-known woman in Islamic history. The girls picked that name because they believed it was something that represent them, fighting injustice, fighting their barriers. They picked the name, they picked the fabric, they did every step with us. That's why we're very unique when it comes to like this grassroots of like ownership. It's a Muslim girl who designing this hijab. So a lot of time people say, Asiya, is that you? And I'm like, no, it's not me. The challenge we saw is that it was not easy to pick a fabric. It took us 80 different fabrics to really find the first sport hijab. Another challenge is being made in the USA. I really wanted our sport hijab to be made with love, to make sure that the people who are making are getting paid. And for me, it was more about the social impact that we were gonna create. You know, it's really nice to see that right now we are in over 5 different continents. Girls around the world are having access to this hijab. That means we are really going a good direction. What I really want for myself and my life right now is really to get these hijabs out to more girls, especially at school levels. I believe when girls play in their PE class, that's the moment where they either fall in love with sports or they don't. It makes me really excited that this movement of limiting barriers for girls to play in sports is gonna get much smaller.
The iconic TV series Game of Thrones has come to an end with the long-awaited question, who would sit on the Iron Throne? Warning, spoilers ahead. The 2 obvious contenders to the throne, Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow, both fell short of claiming the title of ruler of the 7 kingdoms. Instead, Jon kills his beloved in the name of duty and is forced into exile. The throne is destroyed and Brandon Stark, the 3-eyed Raven, is chosen to rule Westeros. The series, which first aired in 2011, was based on George R.R. Martin's best-selling book, a series, A Song of Ice and Fire. The final season was met with criticism from fans who felt that the series left many unanswered questions and unexplained storylines. Is there a new Batman in town? According to multiple reports, former Twilight actor Robert Pattinson is in talks to replace Ben Affleck in the film The Batman by Warner Bros. If he takes on this role, Pattinson becomes the second youngest actor to ever play Batman on the big screen after Christian Bale, who was 31 when Batman Begins debuted in 2005. Fans can look out for the film scheduled to hit theaters in June of 2021.
Will you be wanting the back putt, sir?
In the middle of the day, Alfred? Not very subtle.
The Lamborghini, then. Much more subtle.
And from one upcoming new release to another, there is a new FX drama series, Mrs. America, coming to TV, and we have news on who you can expect as the cast. Nigerian-American actress Uzo Aduba, well known for her role on Orange is the New Black, will join stars including Kate Blanchett and Sarah Paulson for the 9-episode series focusing on efforts to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment, ERA, and the opposition led by conservative activist Phyllis Schlafly, played by Blanchett. Aduba will play Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman to serve in Congress and the first black woman in the United States to run for a major party's presidential nomination. The series is slated to premiere in 2020. The Cannes International Film Festival is underway, and actress Eva Longoria says that there has been some progress towards gender equity, despite the outcry surrounding controversial actor Alain Delon receiving an honorary Palme d'Or award.
So do you think Cannes is doing enough to kind of embrace like gender parity at the moment?
Well, I think it's in the right direction. You know, having the gender equity for the first time in submissions is really great. You know, they've really made an effort with the jury also being balanced, but we definitely have to keep that up and keep it going.
And also Alain Delon getting an award today. I mean, obviously he's made some controversial comments. I mean, do you think?
Yeah, I understand how people can be upset about that. I definitely understand that.
Protests have taken place on the red carpet against the 83-year-old French actor who admitted to slapping women in the past. On the other hand, supporters of Delon's honor argue that the award recognizes his acting career and does not comment on his personal life or politics. Meanwhile, Pedro Almodovar's return to Cannes proved a delightful affair, with the director and cast of Pain and Glory earning a 15-minute standing ovation following its premiere. Starring Antonio Banderas and Penelope Cruz, the film is an emotional and personal story about the life of a director in decline. Banderas said that he appreciated the audience response to the movie, but that it was also an embarrassment.
There was a moment that it was really embarrassing. I was just indicating my colleagues to leave. I said to them, can we leave now? And they were saying, why? Look what is happening. The whole theater is standing up and applauding. Yeah, but we should leave now that the applause is up, no? Like the Beatles. We should go away when, you know, when they are still in the top of the hill.
Now, though not a biography, Banderas says that Pain and Glory is just as if not more honest than a conventional biopic.
You know, the movie is filled with all of those things that he would have loved to say, he never said. The things that he would have loved to do and he never did. It's just pretty much about that. And it's about reconciliation and even about forgiveness. It's just closing the circles that he was leaving behind in his life open.
And as we end our show, here is a clip from the final music video that the late rapper Nipsey Hussle filmed just. And thanks for watching VOA's Red Carpet. I'm your host, Jackson Vunganyi. Have a great weekend, everyone.